Hey guys, what's up? Spenny here. So big Palantir video for you today. Janet Yellen nearly crashed the stock market, so I'm going to be covering that. It did actually cause Palantir to break below its trend line. Very bearish. I'm going to give my thoughts around this, what this means, and what to look out for, especially leading up to earnings coming up. So this is a very pivotal moment for Palantir, and it's important we can get back in this trend. First though, let's take a look at what analysts are saying. So just a quick look at this, guys. You can see analysts are overall very confused on this stock. They have a low of $15 and high of 40. This just tells me they don't know how to value the stock, and they probably just don't understand the company very well, which is kind of what I expected from the very start. Palantir is a very difficult company to understand unless it's, your sole focus. But a lot of these analysts are covering lots and lots of companies. They just don't have the time to really deep dive into Palantir. So Palantir, in my mind, is more of a show me company. They need to turn up on earnings and actually show how good of a company they are and how they've been killing it this last quarter. We have lots of data to suggest we are going to beat earnings, so I do still expect to see a beat there. Now, I want to move over to what Janet Yellen said, and it caused a big stock market sell-off today. So Janet Yellen just said interest rates may need to rise to prevent the economy overheating amid stimulus. Now, for the most part, this should be expected by most investors. If you read almost any earnings report out there, every company is talking about how much inflation they're seeing and how limited their supply is in goods. This is going to create a lot of inflation very quickly, especially moving into the summer months where there's even more demand for everything. Now, the concerning thing about them raising interest rates to prevent the economy from overheating is that this has caused recessions in the past, and that's why you're seeing stocks sell off. So the 1980s recession was actually caused by the exact same thing, because during the 1970s, the United States saw a double-digit inflation. The only way the United States was able to combat this inflation was by raising interest rates, but by doing so, they actually created a recession. Now, this is obviously one of the concerns that's going on right now. And the 1980s isn't the only time this has happened. It actually happened in the 1920s. 1920s was the exact same thing. They raised interest rates, caused a recession. And then the roaring 20s occurred just after this, where the stock market went on a massive 10-year bull run. Hopefully that's something similar to what we see. Obviously, there's no guarantee of a recession. Every situation is different. But looking at the chart now, this has caused the chart to break down beneath my trend line. Not the greatest thing to see here. This is basically indicating to me that there's not much strength in the chart. The macro environment is dictating what Palantir does right now. It is not focused on the performance of the individual company. That doesn't seem to matter unless, like I said before, we see that huge earnings beat. That could bounce us right back and go on a bull run. So that's really going to be what saves the stock. We got to see good earnings. If we see an earnings miss, we're going back down into the 18s, possibly even lower than that, in my opinion. But like I said in many of my videos, there's no reason to suggest we're not going to see a pretty solid earnings beat. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's been going on in this stock. Janet Yellen has basically crashed it. Analysts are just overall super confused how to value the stock. They don't know what they're doing with it. That really doesn't help in the short term, but in the long term, it really doesn't matter. If Palantir continues to beat earnings and show they're a solid company, they'll just keep on upgrading the stock. It's really how it works. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Make sure to drop it a big thumbs up if you found it informative, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more Palantir updates, and I'll see you guys on the next video.